It's not a trash talk site, folks, so keep it cordial, keep it clean. It's NFL Addictions on Facebook.com. And if you want to try to win something for that man cave, or you don't have that cash to throw down on that team grill set you really want, you want to go to Raz Addictions on Facebook.com for their version of the raffle. Play and win all kinds of cool prizes, like the stuff that Dave has won. Tell him what you've won, Dave.
A little bit of Lombardi memorabilia, a little bit of Ray Nitschke, a little bit of Jim Taylor, a little bit of Jerry Kramer stuff, especially a TK helmet, Paul Horning. I got his mini helmet, full-size helmet jersey. I got Aaron Rodgers helmet, Donald Driver. Got a little bit of Devonta Adams blaze and chrome. Man, they look sexy, guys. Tailgating kit. I mean, Devonta Adams, I win everything, guys. I don't know what it is. I got a horseshoe shoved in my butt.
It's easy to do it. All you got to do is visit Raz Addictions on Facebook.com and follow the instructions, play, and try to win. All right, folks, it's time to get to that very special guest, JB from Heart and Skol. Here we go. We'll be right back.
Show just climbing his rope right here. And if there's a man upstairs, he kept bringing me rain. But I've been sending up prayers and something's changed. I think I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life now. All my dreams are coming true, yeah. I've been waiting for this moment. It's good to be alive right about now.
And it is good to be alive right about now. And we are back with the guy that runs the Heart and Skol podcast for the Vikings, JB. Welcome to the show, sir.
How are you guys? Good to talk to you.
Oh, we're great. Wonderful. It's rivalry week, baby.
Rivalry week, yes.
Wait, I thought the Bears were the rival. Like, the Vikings are, according to the world, the Vikings and the Packers isn't really that big a rival yet.
Well,
I guess you need what other.
They're up there. They're up there, believe me.
That's the Packers and the Lions. That's the one that's not really a rivalry. It's just a one-sided whooping, and I think that goes for everybody in the division. If you're a real Packers
it has been, yes.
If you're a real Packers fan, there is actually the rivalry. This is the way I look at it, JB, and you're an older guy, so I'm sure you probably completely will understand this. The history between the Packers and the Bears comes from a lot more respect, right? The actual definition of a rivalry is actually the Vikings and the Packers. There are some pure hatreds between players, fan bases. It's a lot more down and dirty and a lot less respectful. Let's just say it that nicely. For the most part, between fans, between Vikings and Packers. Just to be clear, the rivalry is much more rich to the true definition of rivalry in this one than it is with the Packers and the Bears, in my opinion. Anyway.
Yeah, I think you're right. And you know, the funny thing is, I actually get along pretty well with Packer fans. I don't have any issue with Packer fans at all. People ask me why I said, well, Packer fans, I mean, this is a town that rallies around their team. It's really hard to disrespect that. I actually have a great deal of respect for the Packers and their fans, so I'm probably one of the exceptions to the rule. But, yeah, there is a lot of bad blood between Packer and Viking fans for sure.
Well, you know what? I'm going to jump on that real quick. You know what, though? The thing is why the hype for Bears-Packers was so much this year, JB, was the fact that the Bears fans wouldn't shut up about their one division title in 8 years. Oh, my God, they wouldn't stop. So the fact that the Packers beat them on their own field and only allowed 3 points, their supposed good offense, it made it so much better because they wouldn't shut up over the whole offseason. You never heard Vikings fans come out and act like that when they won the division title. It was always Bears fans whenever they get the chance.
Yeah, and like I said, I think we may have a little bit of bad blood, but I think there's also a little bit of respect too there. That kind of what goes around comes around. Rivalry. Yeah, there's that what goes around comes around. Thought process where we won it this year, but if we don't win it next year, we're gonna have to deal with listening to people. And we just don't want to do that.
I'm right there.
I know.
I don't like bragging like that because that's exactly it. Karma's going to come back and bite you in the butt, and that's the thing. A lot of people try to sit there and bring the whole Rodgers and Barr hit, but you know what? The way I look at that, JB, is that's just the angle, the way Rodgers came down. It wasn't a vicious hit. If it was a vicious hit, Barr would have lifted him up and drove him down. He drove him down. He didn't drive him down, but he tackled him, but he went to the ground. It's just the way Rodgers' shoulder was. So any Packers fans, I get it if you're still upset, but it wasn't vicious. If it was vicious, Barr would have gone after him last year when they played again.
Yeah, and I'm glad to hear a Packers fan say that because I've seen the hit several times, and I thought the same thing. It was a hard hit. It was a clean hit. It was just the angle that Rodgers came down on. And I am not one who wants guys going down and getting hurt. I don't like it. I prefer to play against the best and beat the best.
Full strength. Yep.
Can I say this, too? In back-to-back years, because of the Rodgers thing, last year we had to deal with this stupid rule that just changed games the first 3-4 weeks with touching quarterbacks. Yep. And then this past year, now we have to deal with this stupid rule of now we're challenging basically opinions.
API, yeah.
No, we're just basically challenging opinions because I'm sorry. They're referees. They're human beings. The way the rules are all written, it's all subject to your own views and the way you see it and your opinion of what's flagrant or what's not. So it's all just based off of each individual referee's opinions, and now we're reviewing opinions. This is what happens when fans overreact to stupid things, and it started with the Anthony Barr on Aaron Rodgers thing with the fans getting all that, and it ruined games at the beginning of last year.
The Saints fan took it to a whole new level.
Yeah, and then the Saints do the same damn thing, and now we're dealing with this
dumb
stuff.
They went to the court of law over it.
I thought that was kind of funny, actually. I thought, you're going to sue the NFL over calls? Wait a minute. The Vikings fans have some calls we want to take all the way back to the 70s that we'd like to challenge because, the Hail Mary pass that saw back through, there was pass interference, offensive interference on that. My brother, I tell him about that all the time. He doesn't want to hear it anymore. But I said, please, I don't want to hear about calls and suing the league.
Fran Tarkenton deserves a championship, people.
He does. He really. But, hey, he didn't get one. I mean, bottom line, when they had 4 chances to win a Super Bowl, they didn't. I'm not going to cry over it.
You never know. Remember, Denver went to 4 of them with Elway and then finally got to the last 2 and then won 2 in a row.
Well, if we get... I tell people all the time, I said, you'll know the Vikings are going to win the Super Bowl because the day before the game is the day I die.
Jesus, JB, don't do that.
So if you see the Vikings are playing in the Super Bowl, just look on the Saturday before the game. If I have passed away, the Vikings are winning on Sunday.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, then I know where to put my money at least. I'll put my money down on that.
We got off track here, though, JB, because you are officially a first-time guest, and therefore we always have a tradition.
Sorry, Dale, shut up.
So, well, no, I did it too, but we do we do what we call brag time, and so we just want
Show
you to
that
be
ego,
able
Davey.
to introduce yourself, tell everybody how great you are, all the great things you've accomplished in life. Give yourself a pat on the back, a big old hug. Go ahead.
All right, guys. Well, by trade, I'm actually an accountant, but through the wonders of Twitter, I write a blog for the Blitz radio crew. Great guys. If you ever listen to their stuff, it's really funny. Most of the stuff I write for them is a little tongue-in-cheek. We like to pick on a certain quarterback who plays in New England, who I will not mention. He's the Voldemort of football.
That's not the first time I've ever heard that.
The QB who shall not be named. I host with A. Castillo, the Heart and Skol podcast now. We just finished our second episode, wrapped that up Monday. That's actually out. I have actually written a novel, believe it or not. It got published this past April. Yep. It's about baseball, of all things. It's called Dad Wanted to Be Our Manager. It's kind of a tribute to my father. He's still alive, but I wanted to do something for him, so I decided to sit down and write a book, and it's actually out, and people who have read it seem to like it. And I guest on podcasts now. All of a sudden, I'm getting a lot of calls to just sit in and talk to people. So, love the game of football. Have for a long time. Grew up in a baseball household, but football has become my favorite sport.
You know what? You were the second person we've had on with a published book.
Really?
Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's a big
Jay,
accomplishment.
Yeah, Jay, you want to go ahead and... Yep.
We had Joe Zagorski.
Yeah,
on.
he's a
NFL
football historian.
Yep, and he was a very, very great guest. Lots of great stories just from around the league. I could listen to him tell stories for just hours and just probably not eat or sleep.
He's got like a voice like Steve Sable.
He's got just.
Oh, really?
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
He should narrate things, man. He's got the ability to tell a story that just entraps you with details. The fact we need to get him back on again, honestly, the season's going, now that we've brought him up.
Well, it's just cool. We have two published authors on our show now, and I'm like, wait a second. You got a published book? That's friggin' awesome.
I
we
did
got
see
two
that,
authors
though,
on our show
because
now.
I will tell you, I did see that because I thought that was the link for your podcast, and I clicked on it, and it was this book, and I'm like, wow, he wrote a freaking book, too. Okay, then. And then you gave me the link, and I listened. So I did listen to the podcast today, FYI, which we'll get back to that a little later, JB.
All right. Well, you know what? Jumping right into it, we were just talking about the rivalry. Do you think, I know the rivalry was alive and well last year, especially with the tie that we had in week 2. No one likes the brother and sister kiss game. But that's the thing. With the rivalry, that's the thing. It was we were 0-1-1. You guys were 1-0-1. So, I mean, do you think the rivalry takes a step up this week because of the fact the Packers and Vikings want to break that tie?
I think this rivalry is always going to take a step up no matter what the records are like, as long as you're getting the best of both teams. Quite honestly, watching Brett Hundley go out there and play for you guys it was one of those games. Yeah, it was just one of those games where it's like, well, I don't think this is going to be much of a game. I'm not really worried about it. I felt bad. You want this game to be a nail-biter, down to the end kind of game with the best of the best on the field. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a great game. One thing I do miss about this rivalry, we haven't had in the last couple of years, the Green Bay game has been played early in the season. I kind of miss the cold weather game against
3 years in a row it's happened.
Yeah, I don't know why they moved it to the second week. It helps us a little bit because the Vikes are a dome team now, so when the weather's a little warmer, it does benefit them a little bit. But I miss playing you guys like first week of December kind of thing, little nip in the air, maybe a little snow on the ground.
That's how it was when Farm and Lost played.
Yep, it was fun to watch. It was so much fun to watch, and for whatever reason, the NFL has decided to move this game up to the second or third week, and it's not
ratings. NFC North sells.
No, I think I have a theory about this, guys.
Jesus! If it's the running back theory, I swear.
No, it's not. It's our quarterback prefers domes. And why would he want to be outside late when he could have the opportunity? So I think through the team that when they're asked about